Okay, factors that affect decomposition. So, first one is scavengers. So, if their body is in an area with scavengers like vultures, coyotes, ravens, crows, etc., it will decompose a lot faster because there is less soft tissue there. And the same thing, that includes bugs as well. The more bugs there are, the faster the body will decompose. Second factor is temperature. Usually in colder places, decomposition is slowed because there is less microbial and biochemical activity, like the enzymes that help with decomposition and the bacteria. They work a lot slower in colder temperatures. This can kind of be an exception though if it's in a really, really hot and really, really dry place like a desert. It will also slow decomposition because it's just hot and dry. Generally, colder areas equals slower decomposition. Another factor is humidity. Generally, the more drier the area, the slower it will decompose. So for example, a body in a forest will decompose a lot faster than a body in the desert. However, again, another exception is if the body is fully submerged in water, like if it's at the bottom of a lake or the bottom of the ocean or in a bog, then it will decompose a lot slower. But if it's on land, it will go faster. But if it's in a super dry area like a desert, it will be pretty slow because it will dry out a lot faster. It'll basically be mummified. Oxygen availability also affects the rate of decomposition. So in areas with low oxygen, like in a bog, which results in a bog body, which is my ideal burial, there is very, very low oxygen, and since the main decomposition bacteria are aerobic, they need oxygen to survive and do their metabolic activities. With lower oxygen, there's less microbial activity, which makes the decomposition slower. Also, in those lower oxygen areas, like underwater or in a bog, there tends to be less insects as well, so less insect activity. Burial also slows decomposition because scavengers and insects cannot get at the body as easily. So a body on the surface of the earth will decompose faster due to insects such as blowflies and scavengers such as ravens, whereas bodies 6 feet under are a lot slower to decompose because the insects cannot get at them, especially if it's in a casket or a coffin, because they have to get through the wood into the body as opposed to just having it all laid out for them. Other factors include the size of the body. A larger individual will decompose a lot slower than a smaller individual just because there's more tissue, more like stuff there. Another one is if there's any injuries or wounds on the surface of the body. If there's a large opening, it provides more surface area for microbial and insect activity, so it just kind of jumpstarts it. Whereas if the body is completely intact, there's less surface area available, so it takes longer. Additionally, body coverings can also affect it. So if the body has clothes or is wrapped in like a blanket or plastic bags or something, it will decompose a lot slower because, again, the insects and scavengers cannot get at it as easily. So yeah, those are some of the factors that affect decomposition of a corpse. You're welcome. You didn't need to know that, but now you do.